we need that move. We need that move to come up.
Your hands out of the shot.
I'm sorry. Tape's rolling. Hello, I'm Bill Stefanacci. Welcome to the C47 Fall Product Introduction. A lot of information has been developed to help you sell the C47 products, and we're providing you with a concise outline of these materials. With me here is Sandy Stanton from Research and Development, the C47 factory.
Hi, Bill.
Hi, how you doing, Sandy?
Great, just great.
Why don't you go ahead and show us the C47 product demo that you brought with, and we'll start with that.
Great, great. Well, what we have here is the 1990 C47, and it's much like the classic C47 that you know, and in fact it is what I refer to as the classic C47. This year, though, we've brought some expanded capabilities to the C47.
Well, let me interrupt you there for a second, Sandy.
Sure, go right ahead.
Now, of course, to our regular viewing audience, this looks a lot like a clothespin. So could you tell us a little bit about the history and why C47, for example?
Yeah, well, you know, Bill, to tell you the truth, that's a good question, one that people ask me all the time. I'd like to tell you, but my tradition has it that this can only be told person to person with no tape recording devices or videotape or film. So I'll tell you afterwards.
I understand. Insider
for the time being,
information.
yes, for
right.
the time being, just let it be known that you'll be able to hear the story from your product rep personally, and I'll tell you afterwards.
Show us the new line, Sandy.
Okay, well, here, like I said, we have this classic C47. There are many applications that you can think of right off the bat, and many applications you may not be thinking of. One of which, of course, is the obvious software support. It supports a lot of software easily. In fact, you can get much more software support than you see here in this handy demo.
I see that it can support Macintosh software and MS-DOS software at the same time.
Absolutely.
That's remarkable.
With the classic model. Now, with this same model, you can instantly, without additional capital expenditure, you can instantly turn into what I call the C47B. And you might notice a few changes here, a larger flat surface area. And, of course, it features the same software support as the C47 classic model does. And it's got a nice firm grip on things. You just might want to have it. Now, of course, you might be thinking, why is this sort of look charred for a new product? It's just to show that our products can withstand the test of time and keep running in mile after mile, working for you.
That's great, Sandy. Let me interrupt for a minute. I understand that this product can actually operate as a mainframe.
Yeah, I could probably bring a quick demonstration together. You see, with the networking capability of the C47, you can quite easily construct a mainframe and get just about whatever you want to have in the frame, for instance. There's a nice mainframe for our viewing audience there. What do you think?
That's terrific, Sandy. That's great.
Okay, now can I show you a couple of the other models that we have besides the C47 and the C47B, which of course you've already seen. We also have the C47B2, which is this model here. And again, it requires little capital expenditure and not much waste. Now this guy, this part of the C47, which of course brings us around to the modular features of the C47, can be used in another C47 application.
Great.
So it's again with little, and of course here obviously you have even greater software support capability. And once again, great performance, mile after mile. Now one thing that I must caution you about the C47B, B and B2 is that they're great in the straightaways, not necessarily a good cornering machine, because what happens often is you find you'll be blowing out in high-speed cornering.
I see.
So be aware of that.
Right.
Now,
what about networking, Sandy?
Well, networking, once again, it's really an easy thing. All you got to do is hook up and let them talk to each other, really. They'll communicate anyway, both ways. And again, it links into the mainframe really easily. In fact, a network can become a mainframe system quite easily, as you can tell.
That's great, Sandy. Some have gone so far as to call this a low-tech product, perhaps referring to the materials
Well, there's
and
been
design.
a stigma always associated with
Well, let's face it,
C47.
it's made out of wood, right? Can you comment on
but
that?
however, there are other materials available. You can easily upgrade to aluminum or downgrade to plastic. What most people find, the hardwood is the best selection because of time-proven heat resistance and just like I say, we're looking for long-term performance. We want people to know that when they invest in a C47 system, it's going to be there tomorrow, and it's not going to be like some dinosaur technology that's going to fall away day after tomorrow. You know, you can custom color your C47s, and people have many applications in that. There's too many.
Probably
to
some
go
we
through.
can't even think of.
Absolutely.
Right. I understand
Yeah.
they're using these in the laundry industry. for
They are,
example.
exactly. They are, and in fact have been for some time, unbeknownst to many people.
That's remarkable.
Anyway, I would like to also show you the C47B2C, which is of course a throwback to the classic. And again, you have the multiple software support system. Of course, this can support hardware as well. For this demonstration, my briefcase couldn't handle, but I have supported one of those IBM mainframe systems with a C47 support system. It's incredible.
That's great,
I'd
Sandy.
like to do that again with a home demonstration. Now, let me just go along to the C47D, which we have here. Now, you may ask, what is the deal with the D? Well, I said that myself, but you never know when you're going to need to insert it in a special networking situation. You have the built-in slot that fits the other C47, you see.
I see there's several expansion slots
Oh,
available.
absolutely, absolutely. And that, again, is the beauty of the C47. You know, if you're a creative person, you might even be able to find applications that I myself or all the C47 users are not currently applying right now. And that brings me around to the point of, why not start a C47 users group in your area? Because, you know, you may have bought the C47 for a specific application.
That's
and
right.
that's great, but, you know, I'm sure that your use, and not to mention you get more out of your investment by joining a users group, networking with other people who are using C47s, and really finding out that there's a lot more to the C47 than you originally thought.
Exactly. Well, thanks, Sandy. I hope these seminars really can assist you in your sales, and we're excited about our new product line.
Oh, we're more than excited. We're extremely excited. We're jumping out of our sheets, really, to tell you the truth, about the product line.
Well, thanks for being here, Sandy.
Thanks, Bill. Thanks for having me. Well, that was a good C47 thing.